Okay. I am not going to share with my screen. Hope you all get the presentation. Based on the previous lessons, if you have any questions or any suggestions, if there is no, we can start today's session. What about the assignment? It's going on?
Yes, madam.
Very good. Hope you all are done the initial steps of the assignment. If there is any questions regarding the assignments, please ask me. I think if all you have my email address, then you can write the email for me. Then I will give the answers for your questions. Okay, then today we are going to discuss about the media of have the Sri Lankan normal literacy rate is high, as you know. It may be a 96% or 97% in 2021, 2020. Compared with little bit low, as you know, it mentioned in the previous research, 40 Lankan literacy rate. What is the media literacy? You know the normal literacy and technical literacy. Have you know any idea about the media literacy? Or before we get the idea of the media literacy, I ask you a general questions. What is the meaning of literacy? Have you any idea about the definitions of literacy? What is the meaning of literacy? For the general understanding, have you any idea about the literacy? Anyone heard about the literacy? Have you anyone have any idea about the literacy?
Reading and writing.
Reading and writing.
Yes, madam.
Yeah. Reading and writing. It is the basic definitions of the media literacy, but as the students of you are studying about the general degree, you have to go with the beyond that the normal definitions. Media literacy meaning is you can read and write, it's okay, but you have to have skill with the interpretation and understanding what the media message gives you and how you interpret with the other person. That is important thing. Media literacy කියලා කියන්නේ අපි ලියන්න කියන්න දෙන හැකියාව වගේම අපි ඒක තේරුම් ගැනීමේ හැකියාව සහ the skills of understanding and how you interpret to other peoples. ඔයගොල්ලෝ කොහොමද ඒක වෙන කෙනෙකුට අර්ථකථනය කරලා ඒක කියන්නේ කියන එක තමයි literacy කියන එකේ මූලික අර්ථය වෙන්නේ. So then why people use media or how people use the media? How people use the media? What are the basic things that people going to use the media? First one is enjoyment. Second one is companionship. The third one is survivals and the interpretation. Enjoyment, companionship, survivalness, and interpretations. These are the main things people are going to. These are the main things that people are going to use the media. Shall we discuss about the one by one, right? First one is enjoyment. What is the meaning of enjoyment and how people use the media to fulfill their requirements of enjoyment? The desire for enjoyment or personal pleasure is a basic human urge. Watching a television program, finishing a newspaper crossword puzzles, even reading an advertisement can bring this kind of gratifications to many people. If you are going to watching some television program, or if you are reading some newspapers, or you are listening some radio programs, so that's you use it as the requirements of enjoyment. As we discuss in the media theories, hope you all are remember that theory, users and gratifications theory. Users and gratifications theorists grab their attentions to the television, special reference to the television field. So based on that television field, they are introduced several, that mean 12 elements why people use media. So in this subject, we are going to discuss how people use the media. First thing is enjoyment. If you are fall in a lot of problems in your day-to-day life, if you want to get rid of the all the problems for a small times, so then you can companion with the television, radio, newspapers, or some other works related to the media. So once you sit in front of the television, if there is have lot of questions or issues in your mind, then you can remember all the things with using the television media. So nowadays, lot of television programs, that mean reality programs and teledramas, try to get the lot of things into your mind. It may be some relaxation or it may be mess your mind. So that is the current practice of the media. But in the theories of understanding how people use the media, the first thing is enjoyment. As we discussed, in the early period of the evaluation of the television medium, as we know, the before the television medium, cinema is the first medium of entertainment. So after that, the cinema, when expertise discovered the television medium. So they discovered television medium. The main thing is information. So, but they are not going to pay for the information. It is based on the entertainment plus information. So that's why we are calling as the infotainment or edutainment. Education plus entertainment, we can call as edutainment. Information plus entertainment, we can call as infotainment. So the word is infotainment or edutainment is the gives the same meaning uh, for the society. So that is the first requirements of people. How people use the media is the first thing is enjoyment. What is the if you are following the news stories, daytime soap operas, dramas can ignite every work colleagues, and another way people can bring mass conversation is by experiencing the content together. And the second thing is how people use the media is that people use the media for the companionship. Companionship is meaning mass media bring pleasure to the lonely and alone. A chronology, ill hospital patient or a homebound senior citizen may find companionship by viewing their favorite sports team on TV or listening to the music of days gone by on the radio. And sometimes media can even draw out people who feel troubled and in need of friends. Right? That is the companionship mean lot of childrens. As we know, the communication expert Babsa Patel, he said the television medium is very effective and it is harmful for the behaviors of the children. So it is basically based on the television cartoons and the advertisement. It is very harmful to use media for the fulfillment full and the term parasocial interactions describes the psychological connections that some media users establish with celebrities they learn about through the mass media. Typically, enjoy a feeling of bonding with those celebrities. You might know someone who gets so involved with media images of rap stars that they sometimes act as if they know them well. Right? I give some pictures for your understanding in my 6 slides. So there is, Pirates of the Caribbean and the Shah Rukh Khan and the other actors, as you know well. So these are the person that you think that it may be a psychological connection. So you can thought you have a psychological connections that some media users. So they are the media users always establish with the celebrities, and they thought they learn about lot of things via the mass media, and also they have a enjoyment feeling, and also they thought they have a relationship with the or they have a bonding with the those kind of celebrities. So that's why they are using media for the fulfillment of the companionship requirement. And the third one is surveillance. Surveillance mean employing them to learn about what is happening in the world around us, like listening to radio or watching television to know about news or war, or we read classified ads online to look for a job. Survivals mean if each and every human being need to know what is happening in the world around them. So that's why they are using watching, that's why they are using that type of electronic media. They are listening some radio programs, some music programs, some discussions program, and also they are watching some movies on the television, and they are reading some articles related to the interested field, and also they are listening about a lot of news what happening in the world around us. Like these things, we are going to use the print and electronic media. And also, the electronic media gives a lot of advertisement for the general public. That sort of advertisement, some people use and watching advertisement to looking for a job, or some consumer these advertisement to get an ideas about the products or services. So there is a lot of reasons why people use the media for the purpose of survivalness. The fourth one is, that is the last one, how people use media. The people use media to fulfill the requirements of interpretations. Although survivalness through the mass media satisfied many people, it supplies only part of what they want to know about the world. And they also want to find out why things are happening, who or what is the cause, and what to do about them. And when people try to find reasons, they are looking for interpretations. Interpretations is also, we are going to give some idea or view about the particular phenomenon or situation. So if you live as a human being, you may be definitely part of the world. So then, to survivalness to the world, you have to deal with the so many nations and so many different peoples, different religions, and different countries. So the interpretation is very important things. Because of that, they also want to find out why things are happening, why these things are happening, and what is the root cause of these things, and why people are doing these things. For example, as you all know, these days, Israel and Palestine war. It is very pathetic situation in our real world. So some people want to know about the Palestine and Israel war, but others have different idea about this war because of that the uses of the level of uses of the media. For example, in this class, some people aware of the Palestine-Israel war, but others are not. That is the common things happening all around the world related to the news items, right? But if you have no any such idea about the Palestine-Israel war, but you are going to heard something others, then you think I have a clear idea about that war, and you are going to interpret it with the other person. So if you have a whole or generic idea about the Palestine-Israel war, then how you can interpret or how you can give your views to others? It is damage for the all nations. If you are communicate or if you are convey different views about that war, so people are going to think about the understanding of your visions and your ideology. Based on the your ideologies and your visions, the images of the war must be detached. So that's why people have to have a need the skills of interpretation. So we learned about 4 components related to the understanding of how people use the mass media. There is 4 components we learn. First one is enjoyment. Second one is survivalness. Third one is companionship, and the fourth one is interpretation. So these are the 4 components how people use the media. So based on that 4 components, if there is any questions, you can ask me. Deshani send me a message, madam, sorry for the distance, I have a connection problem. If my name is not entered in the attendance, can you enter it, because I had a face connection problem while collecting attendance, right? Deshani, I will do, and I will mark your name as the present of the class. 24 and 8. Please discuss if you have any problem related to that 4 components that we learn about how people use the media. Okay, if there is no questions, we can continue the part of the media literacy. Have you any questions? Hope you all are clear up to now. There is no questions, Deepika, Sandali?
No, madam. We'll continue, madam.
Sure. Thank you. Okay, then I am going to discuss with you what is the meaning of the media literacy. Madhya Saksharatawe කියලා කියන්නේ අපිනේ media literacy. Some people have learned how to back and seriously examine the mass media's role in their life. Media literacy is important to help us to think an educated manner about the forces that shapes the media and our relationship with them, so that we will better evaluate what we see and hear. There are very practical benefits to being media literate. If someone not to literate with the media, so they can't examine the mass media's role. And if you are if you have at the basic level studies of the media literacy, it is very important to think about what happening around us, and the better evaluate what we see and hear. You are not going to trust or believe everything what you heard, what you hear. So otherwise some people are said නේද ඇහැට දකින්නකම් විශ්වාස කරන්න එපා කියලා කියන්නේ සමහර අයනේ. එතකොට better evaluate what we see and hear. නමුත් ඇස් දෙකට දකින්න දේවල් බොරු වෙන්න පුළුවන්. So that's why people are need to thorough idea about the media literacy. නේ ඒ කියන්නේ for example, if you are have an literate people, so these are the classical example. So as you know, the incidents of the Duminda Silva and the Bharata Lakshman incidents. So at the moment Duminda Silva is in the jail, but in that time people are forget to who is shoot for the Bharata Lakshman. Bharata Lakshmanta වෙඩි තිබ්බේ කවුද කියලා මිනිසුන්ට අමතක වෙලා තියෙන්නේ දැන්. Bharata Lakshman කියලා කෙනෙක් හිටියා. People are talking about the relationship with the Duminda Silva and the Hirunika. So media are developed that type of rumors. So that type of rumors are spreading and cultivate around the society. The people are going to think about only the constructions, ideas of the media. They are not convey, or they are not concerns about the real situations. They are only thought about based on the stories of the television media. So sometimes in the media literacy means the ability to apply critical thinking skills to the mass media, thereby becoming a more aware and responsible citizens, parents, worker in media driven society. So if you have an ability to apply critical thinking skills to the mass media, critical thinking skills is the very important. Media literacy means the ability to apply critical thinking skills to the mass media. So the important thing is critical thinking. If you are a person that using the mass media, you have to have a skill with the literacy. Literacy කියලා කියන්නේ critical thinking කියලා කියන්නේ අපි කියනවා විචාරාත්මක චින්තනය කියලානේ. It is a skill. So අපිට literacy විතරක් එහෙම නැත්නම් සාක්ෂරතාවය විතරක් තිබුණාට it is not enough. You have a idea about the critical thinking. Critical thinking කියලා කියන්නේ there is a approach, holistic approach. You can see any particular situations or phenomenon, right? අපි දෙයක් පිළිබඳව දකිනකොට අපිට තියෙන්න ඕන සර්වව්‍යාපී දෘෂ්ටිකෝණයක් කියලා කියනවා. That's mean holistic approach. Holistic approach mean if you can't see the based on your own idea, අපි දරන මතයෙන් විතරක් අපිට right. So discussing about the what is the meaning of media literacy, as you all have an idea about the digital literacy, right? what is the meaning of digital literacy and how it works in the context of Sri Lanka. As the world goes digital, so it's become increasingly more important for the population to be digitally literate. In Sri Lanka, about 42% of the population is digitally literate, and but the women lag behind at 38%. So in addition to that, only the Western province has a digital literacy rate of about 40%, with other province lagging behind significantly. So that the idea of that the digital, that mean technical literacy is higher in the Western provinces area, but in the other provinces it's lagging on the low. And the digital literacy is central to reducing social and economical inequality and improving education, health, job opportunities, and empowerment prospect around the world. So the growth patterns were revealed in the departments of centuries and these census and statistic annual report. It's the computer literacy, as I said and already discussed with you. It may be a 42 to 46 percentage in the computer literacy in Sri Lanka. So based on that report, both computer literacy and the digital literacy in Sri Lankan each year and point to the Western province leading to the island in both computer and the digital literacy, with 40% of the population considered computer literate. The South province came held on second position with 30%, with the Eastern province ranked lowest with 40.8, with around 15, right? The highest rate of the literacy is held on the Western province, and the second is the southern province, and also the rank lowest rate is with the Eastern province. Can all at the inequality of the distributions of the resources in Sri Lanka. So that is the basic problem of the internet penetrations of the among the Sri Lankan society. For some people are thought, there is a lot of people are use the Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp. So people are thought we are highly literate society, but it is not true. So that is the current scenario of the Sri Lankan context. In the foundations of the media literacy, so there are many views of exactly what media literacy is and what it can do for people. Most scholars would accept 6 foundation principles for teaching people literacy skills. So these are the 6 elements and also the foundation principles that related to the media literacy. First principle is media materials are constructed. When we read newspaper, watch TV, and surf the web, we should continually be aware that what we are seeing and hearing is not any kind of poor reality. Rather, it is a construction that is a human creation that presents a kind of scripts about the culture. The media material are constructed. Hope you all are understanding about how the media content is going to construct it, right? So that means අපි කියන්නේ මොනවාද ගොඩනගනවා කන්ස්ට්‍රක්ට් කරනවා කියලා කියන්නේ අපි ගොඩනගනවා කියන එක. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි මීඩියා මැටීරියල්ස් එහෙම නැත්නම් මාධ්‍යයේ තියෙන දේවල් අපි විසින් ගොඩනගන ලද දේවල් කියන එක තමයි මේකේ අදහස. ඕගොල්ලෝ පත්තරයක් කියවුවත් ටීවී එක බැලුවත් අපි වෙබ් එක පරිහරණය කරත් අපිට තේරෙනවා අපි ඇත්තටම ඒ කියන්නේ අපි කියන්නේ මේ රියැලිටි එක නෙවෙයි අපිට ඇත්ත වශයෙන්ම පේන්න තියෙන්නේ. රයිට් ඒ කියන්නේ අපි එක්සැම්පල් එකක් විදියට හිතුවොත් එහෙම අපිට යුද්ධයෙන් විනාශ වෙච්ච ජනගහනය රයිට් ඔයගොල්ලෝ දැන් මේ ගිය මේ 18 වෙනිදා ලෝක රණවිරු දිනේ එහෙම සමරුවන්නේ නේද ලෝකේ. හැබැයි අපිට මේ මැරිච්ච ප්‍රමාණය ගත්තාම ඒක it's not true right, it is based on the statistications of the government and also that ඒ නිසා තමයි in that period information බෙදා හැරීම සඳහා මාධ්‍ය වලින් එක එක තොරතුරු අරන් යයි කියන ඒගොල්ලන්ට තිබිච්ච කිව් එක නිසා ඒගොල්ලෝ මොකද කරේ මේක හැදුවා රටේ ජාතික ආරක්ෂාව පිළිබඳ මාධ්‍ය මධ්‍යස්ථානය කියලා. එතකොට ජාතික ආරක්ෂාව පිළිබඳ මාධ්‍ය මධ්‍යස්ථානයෙන් විසුරුවා හරින තොරතුරු පමණයි නාලිකාවල ප්‍රචාරය කරන්න පුළුවන්. right? එතකොට එතනින් එහාට මොන හරි ප්‍රචාරය කරොත් ඒකට විරුද්ධව නීතිමය ක්‍රියාමාර්ග ගැනීමේ හැකියාවක් තියෙනවා. එතකොට these are the situations, so that's why people are going to create the messages and people are going to create the situation. It is basically doing by the media, right? Media තමයි එහෙමනම් මේක create කරන්නේ. media තමයි මේක construct කරන්නේ. They are constructing their ideology aligned with the political agendas of the media channel and they are try to disseminate their ideology to the grassroots level of the people. right? ඒගොල්ලෝ idea එක හදලා ඒගොල්ලෝ මොකද කරන්නේ බිම්මට්ටමේ එහෙම නැත්නම් grassroots level එකේ බිම්මට්ටමේ ජනතාවට ඒක විසිරුවා හරිනවා. එතකොට බිම්මට්ටමේ ජනතාව මොකද කල්පනා කරන්නේ අර මීඩියා වලින් හදපු ideology එක ඔස්සේ තමයි ඒගොල්ලෝ හිතන්න පුරුදු වෙලා ඉන්නේ. They are thinking about align with the media ideology that constructed by the media, right? ඒගොල්ලෝ කිව්වොත් එහෙම අපි දැන් මේ වෙලාවේ අපි කල්පනා කරන්න ඕන ධම්මික පැණිය ගැන කියලා අපි එතකොට කල්පනා කරන්නේ ඒක ගැන. එතකොට grassroots level එකේ අයත් කල්පනා කරන්නේ ඒක ගැන. right? එතකොට ඊට පස්සේ අපිට කිව්වොත් නෑ අපි දැන් මේකට දැන් Sinopharm ගැන හිතන්න ඕනේ කියලා. එතකොට දැන් කල්පනා කරන්නේ මිනිස්සු Sinopharm ගැන. So that type of the media constructed their messages aligned with the political and social and economical agendas based on their hidden agendas, right? So all medias have hidden agendas according to their media channels and also they are wanted to disseminate their ideologies to the society, right? So otherwise people or society cannot deviate with the constructed ideologies of the media. We already quoted with that the ideologies that created by in the media channels. And also second principle, I hope you all are understanding first principle. First principle is media materials are constructed. All the materials that are given by the media, we have to thought it is constructed. They have an hidden agendas behind the message or behind that ideology. So that is the basic principles, one of the understanding of the media literacy. What is the second principles of understanding of the media literacy? Second thing is media materials are created and distributed within a commercial environment. And we must look at many considerations that surround and affect the human who are involved in creating and releasing the media materials, right? Mass media materials are produced by organizations that exist in a commercial settings. The need to be in revenues, often to sell advertising, is foremost in the mind of those who manage these organizations. So the second principles are try to identify the media materials are created and it is distributed within a commercial environment. As we know why the Sri Lankan people are handling the media channels with their uh, with their own uh, with their ownerships. The first thing is the three things happening in behind the media ownership. First thing is Sri Lankan media channels are not the revenue or revenue medium. අපි දන්නවා ලංකාවේ media කියලා කියන්නේ ලාභ ලබන මාධ්‍යයක් නෙමෙයි. It is not. But they are survive with the media channels. There are three things. First one is they need to build up the reputation. So they have built up the reputation with using the media channels. අපි දන්නවා එක ප්‍රතිරූප ගොඩනගනවා මාධ්‍ය පාවිච්චි කරලා. So the second thing is they are try to wash their black money, right? ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ කළු සල්ලි සුදු කිරීම සඳහා ඒගොල්ලෝ media ගොඩනගනවා. And the third thing is they want to construct their ideology among the society, right? They wanted to their ideology to disseminate and cultivate among the society. So these are the basic principles that why people why media owners conduct, why media owners survive with the media channels in Sri Lanka. So the media channels already created their messages and they are distributed it within the commercial environment. So for example, if we are consider with the advertisement, so a lot of advertisements are try to convey lot of messages to the consumer. They are always try to give the best idea about their product and services. And also they need to bring rise of their revenue, and they sell their product to the consumer. So it is based on the commercial environment. So that's why we are today's we are living in a consumerism world. Consumerism world කියලා කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? අපි ජීවත් වෙන්නේ පරිභෝජනවාදී සමාජයක කියන එක, right? එතකොට we all are living in the consumerism society. Anyone can live without the connections of the commercial environment. So otherwise if someone's try to be living with the escape of the commercial environment, so it is not happening in the real world, right? So every people are grabbed with the commercial environment. So you are wearing some sunglasses, you are wearing spectacles, you are using some pens, and you are using the mobile phones, and you are using the slippers. Everything are combined with the other countries, and also it is open to the globalization's world. So anyone can't live without the connection with the commercial environment. So we have to adhere with that type of environment that people are created, right? So that is why the second principle is media materials are created and distributed within a commercial environment, right? And the third principle is media materials are created and distributed within a political environment. The political refer to way a society is governed, right? The political meaning is the refer is meaning to the way a society is governed. The method the society is governed කියලා කියන්නේ මොකද? අපි පාලනය කරනවා. එතකොට අපි යම් සමාජයක් පාලනය කරනවා නම් අපි ඒකට කියනවා ඒක දේශපාලනික ක්‍රියාවලියක් කියන එක, right? When it comes to mass media, ඒක mass media වලට අදාළව අපි සාකච්ඡා කරනකොට the term refer to the verify of activities. These range form of the specific regulations that government placed on the mass media to decisions by court about what restrictions the government can place on the media, to the struggle by various interest group to change what media do. That means often using government leverage, right? So being aware that media operate within a political environment lead to the idea that this environment deeply influence the media content itself, right? It means being aware that the ideas in the media have political implications, that they are ideological. If someone's constructed the ideology related to the political, is called that political ideological, right? So the people we can't live without the connections of the social, political, and cultural environment. So, as a human being, we have to have we have to have align with the social, political, and economical environment. So, within the political environment, so media messages are created beyond the hidden idea of the politics, right? Each and every channels have their own political agendas, right? As I know, you learn about the agenda settings theory, users and gratifications theory, social real cognitive theory, and lot of theories are learned about the related to the media industry, right? So that is the basic thing. So that the media created their materials and also they are distributed within a political environment. So that's why third principles are called as media materials are created and distributed within a political environment. So hope you are all are understanding about what is the basic meaning of third principle. And the fourth principle is mass media present idea within primary genres of entertainment, news, information, education, and advertising. Media scholars note that every medium, that television, the movie, the magazine, has its own code and conventions of presenting cultural reality. The mass media also are similar in some of their approaches to present in the world. The most important commonality is that they organize the world into a number of basic storytelling forms that we recognize as entertainment, news information, education, and advertising. So the not the last, fifth principles, people are active recipients of media message. The process of meaning making out of media forms consists of an interaction between the reader and the material, right? Reader and the material. People bring their own personalities to the materials they read and watch. Because so many people share mass media materials, we might accept that large segments of the society see mass media as having cultural importance for the society as a whole. So these are the fifth principle that we have to learn. And the last principle of the media literacy, media representations play a role in the way society understand its reality. Media representations play a role in the way society understand its reality. So what is the meaning? That people may like what they see about their society, or they may complain about it. They may want people to view media images about themselves and others, or they fear that others will be influenced by presentations, right? For example, stereotype and violence in way that could cause problems even with an active audience, then mass media hold crucial important for society vision of itself, right? These are the six principles that we have to learn related to the mass understanding of mass media studies, right? I am going to show some movie. That movie is short films. It is a very important one that you have to understand in about the what is the level of your literacy, right? After viewing that movie, I will ask some questions with you, so that's the be concerned about this movie, and I will try to ask some questions based on that movie, right?
خدي يا محبوب، وإن شاء الله بكرة بتصيري أحسن. وأنا ببقى بمر لعندك وبشوفك مرة تانية.
Yes. Have anyone have any idea about that short film? What is the insight of short film? If you can explain it in English or Sinhala, it is okay. මොකක්ද ෂෝට් ෆිල්ම් එකේ තිබිච්ච අදහස ගැන ඔයගොල්ලන්ට තියෙන්නේ? මොකක් ගැනද ඒකේ කතා කරලා තියෙන්නේ?
පොඩි ළමයෙක් තමන්ගේ අම්මව ආරක්ෂා කරගන්න හදනවා.
ආරක්ෂා කරගන්න නේ?
ඔව් මැඩම්.
අම්මව. Right. What's about others idea?
Madam, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, okay. Go ahead.
That means actions speak more than words.
Actions more than words, yes. What is the insight of this film? What is the basic theme?
That means she want to protect her mother somehow.
She want to protect her mother somehow.
She get a effort to do that.
Dilshanita වඩා වෙනස් අදහසක් තියෙන කාටද තව? Fatima said life of small child and her mom. Life of small child and her mom. Fatima Rikasa said like that.
And also, Madam, firstly she got a big effort to find water. And later the water become restrict to her.
First she tried to find a water, then water become restricted for her.
Yes.
Okay.
ඔව් මැඩම්.
කියන්න බලන්න මොකක්ද අදහස කියලා.
ඒ කියන්නේ ජීවිතයේ තියෙන කටුකත්ත වගේ පොඩ්ඩක් පෙන්නුම් කරන වීඩියෝ එකේ. එතකොට ඒ ළමයාගේ අම්මව ආරක්ෂා කරන එකක් තියෙනවා. එතකොට වෛද්‍ය අර පාලෙන් වතුර වැටෙනවා. ඒකෙන් නිකන් පොසත් ගතියක් එක දුප්පත් ගතියක් වගේ අපිට දැනෙනවා. ඒ ටික තමයි මට.
Okay, I'll tell you this basic insight of this. Fatima sent a message. See, effort of surviving daily life, their life, right? Okay. This short film is basically try to give some idea about the fasting of the Muslim nations, right? මේ ෆිල්ම් එකේ කියන්නේ ෆාස්ටින් ගැන. ඔයගොල්ලෝ දන්නව නේද ෆාස්ටින් කියන්නේ මොකද කියලා? මෙතන ෆාතිමා ඉන්නවා, රස්ෆික් ඉන්නවා. මේ මුස්ලිම් සහෝදරයන්ගේ තියෙන එක religion නේද? ඒක custom, it's a taboo of the Muslim religions, right? The small child like much of the water, but he didn't drink water entirely film. He didn't try to drink a water, so that is the period of fasting. So but her mother is ill. She has to drink water, so there is no other options her. But the small child in the end of the film, she look at the up and she look at the audience. Because of that all other අපි කියන්නේ නේද අපි තමයි ඒකේ අපි කියන්නේ අපි ඒකේ එයා වතුර බොනවා කියලා දැකපු අය, right? ඒ නිසා එයා උඩ බලනවා, there is a god. සහ audience එක දිහා බලනවා, there is a audience, there is a people in the society. ඒගොල්ලෝ දිහා බලලා she break the rule. Because of that she need to save her mother life, right? That is the basic insight of this short film. If you have not an idea about the other cultures or other traditions or other beliefs and customs or taboos, if you haven't any such idea about that others nations, so you can't grab the whole idea about that short film. This is similar to happen in the news item. If you are not aware of the all the information that given from the television or radio or newspaper, so you grab the idea based on your own perceptions. So once you get on your idea with your own perception, it is not a real picture of that the situation or that information, right, or that news, right. මං හිතන්නේ මං කියන එක පැහැදිලි ඔයගොල්ලන්ට. අපි යමක් දිහා දකිනකොට අපේ තියෙන අදහස් ටික පදනම් කරගෙන තමයි අපි දෙයක් දිහා දකින්නේ නේ. හැබැයි එතකොට අපිට පේන්නේ අපේ අදහස් වලින් අපිට ඒක පේන විදිය පමණයි. හැබැයි අපිට පුළුවන් නම් එක හෝල් ස්ටික් එහෙම නැත්නම් සර්වව්‍යාපී ලෙස ඒ දිහා බලන්න හැම කෝණයකින්ම නේ. අපි කියනවා 360 degrees we have to think about any such kind of particular situations or phenomenon, right, as a human person. So that is called as the critical thinking ability of the critical thinking. In the as you know, you are living in a X generations, so this type of X generations need an extra curricular soft skill called as the critical thinking skills. So otherwise you can't grab the clear picture of the idea that the media has given for the entire society. So these are the basic conditions that you have to be strongly, you have to be careful with that type of situation, right. And also I am going to discuss with my next topic. It is 5 or 6 slides. It is a small presentation, but the concept is little bit different. The concept is called as media convergence. That means convergence media. So you all know about the media literacy concepts, but after that we are going to discuss about the convergent media, right. What are those meaning of the convergence, and which kind of media are going to converge, something like that. So before going to that presentation, if you have any questions related to that our last presentations, the topic is media literacy. Based on that, if you have any questions, this is time for Q&A, right. Please ask me anything that you want to clear, right.
Madam,
Yes, tell me, Deepika.
Madam principal sir pass වෙන එක මේ පොඩක් එක
Past
පොඩක්
principle එක කියලා කියන්නේ අපි මේ, right, okay. People are active recipients of media message කියන එක, right. මේක කියන දේ තමයි මිනිස්සු මේ මාධ්‍යයෙන් මුදාහරණ පණිවිඩ තියෙනවනේ. මේ මාධ්‍යයෙන් මුදාහරණ පණිවිඩවල ඒගොල්ලෝ අපි කියනවා සක්‍රීය ග්‍රාහකයෝ කියලා. active recipients කියන්නේ ඒකයි, right. සක්‍රීය ග්‍රාහකයෝ කොටස් දෙකක් ඉන්නවා, active and deactive recipients කියලා, right. සක්‍රීය ග්‍රාහකයන් සහ අක්‍රීය ග්‍රාහකයන් කියලා. එතකොට මේ සක්‍රීය කියන කොටස අපි මේ media messages එක නිරන්තරයෙන්ම ඉන්නේ මේ සක්‍රීය කොටස, right. එතකොට ඒගොල්ලෝ හැම වෙලේම අර යන material එක සහ reader අතර තියෙනවා හැම වෙලේම interaction එකක්, right. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි උදාහරණයක් කියමු පුවත්පතක ප්‍රවෘත්තියක් යනවා නම් ඒ ප්‍රවෘත්තිය සහ කියවන රීඩර් අතර තියෙනවා ඒක තේරුම් ගැනීම අතර ලින්ක් එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒකට හේතුව තමයි එයා සක්‍රීය ග්‍රාහකයෙක්. එතකොට අපි ලිටරසි වලදී හිතනවා අපිට ඉන්නේ සක්‍රීය ග්‍රාහකයෝ කියලා. නේ සාක්ෂරතාවේදී මාධ්‍ය සාක්ෂරතාවේදී අපි හිතනවා අපිත් එක්ක ඉන්න ග්‍රාහකයා සක්‍රීය ග්‍රාහකයෙක් කියලා. ඒ වගේම ඒ රීඩර් එතකොට එයාගේ තමන්ගේ තියෙන අදහස් මේකත් එක්ක බද්ධ කරගෙන තමයි එයා මේ පත්තරේ තියෙන ආටිකල් එක කියවන්නේ හරි ටීවී එක බලන්නේ හරි. හරි. මොකද හේතුව අද වෙනකොට ලෝකේ ගොඩාක් අය තමන්ගේ අදහස් ෂෙයා කරගන්නවා මේ ජනමාධ්‍ය භාවිතා කරලා. right? එතකොට අපිට බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන දේ තමයි අපි සමාජයක් විදිහට සලකනකොට අපි සමාජයක් විදිහට ජීවත් වෙනකොට මේක ඇතුලේ මේ තියෙන මාධ්‍ය භාවිතාව ගත්තාම එක එක පුද්ගලයෝ තම තමන්ට ආවේනික තම තමන් දරන අදහස් මතවාදත් එක්ක තමයි ගොඩක් වෙලාවට මේ අර අපි දෙන මැටීරියල් එක රීඩ් කරන්න පටන් ගන්න. එතකොට අපි යන්න ඒක අඳුනගෙන තියෙන්න ඕන මීඩියා ලිටරසි තේරුම් ගන්න. අපි යම් පණිවිඩයක් එහෙනම් ප්‍රේක්ෂකයා හෝ ශ්‍රාවකයා හෝ පාඨකයා ග්‍රහණය කරගන්නේ බලන්නේ කියවන්නේ ඔහුට අදාළව තියෙන එයාලගේ පර්සනැලිටි එකත් එක්ක ඕන් පර්සනැලිටි එක සහ their own ideologies එක්ක right ඒකත් එක්ක බේස් වෙනවා. ඒ නිසා තමයි අපි හැම වෙලේම කියන්නේ එයාලා active recipients කෙනෙක් කියලා. මොකද එයා හැම වෙලේම එයාගේ අදහසක් එයා එකට එකතු කරගන්නවා. ඒ නිසා හැම වෙලේම මීඩියා මැසේජ් එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ මීඩියා මැසේජ් එකට ආපහු තව විදිහකට ඒක නරඹන කියවන බලන කෙනාගේ අදහසත් එකතු වෙනවා කියන එක තමයි මේ කියන්නේ. අර කන්ස්ට්‍රක්ට් කරපු අයිඩියා එක එහෙම නැත්නම් ගොඩනගපු අදහස තව දුරටත් ගොඩනැගීමක් මේ හරහා සිද්ධ වෙනවා කියන එක. right? clear the මේ දීපිකා?
ඔව් මැඩම් thank you මැඩම්.
හරි. ඒක තේරෙන්නේ නැති දෙයක් තියෙනවා නම් අහන්න මේ සිංහලෙන් ඉංග්‍රීසියෙන් කමක් නැහැ. කොහොම හරි මේක තේරුම් කරගන්න ඕනේ. තේරෙන්නේ නැතුව අපි ඉගෙනගෙන නැති වැඩක් නැහැනේ. හරියට තේරෙන්නේ නැත්නම් අහන්න එක මම දහවතාවක් වුණත් කියලා දෙන්නම් right? එහෙනම් ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා නම් අහන්න. Now we are going to discuss about the media convergence, right? Convergent media is the studies of telling stories and sharing information using different media platform, right? People are using different media platform to sharing information with the other people, right? Unlike a major in journalism and the broadcasting or public relations, convergent media is the very important, and you have to a constant change in media platform according to the enhancement of the technology, right? So before discussing the next class, I will give the one reading. There is 6 pages content in the article, journal article. So you have to read and make a summary, and you have to each and everyone give their own idea about that journal article, right? මම journal article එකක් ඔයගොල්ලොත් එක්ක share කරගන්නවා. ඊළඟ lecture එකට අදාළව මම ටිකක් කතා කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ මේ අපි disaster එකකදී අපි කොහොමද survive වෙන්නේ කියන එක ගැන. so මේ ඒක මම ඔයගොල්ලන්ට share කරනවා. share කරාට පස්සේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ එක කියවලා ඔයගොල්ලෝ one page summary එකක් හදාගන්න එක ගැන හැමෝම ඒ හදාගන්න summary එක ඔයගොල්ලන්ට කාලය තියෙනවා, සතියක් තියෙනවා. ඒක කියවලා ලියන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ ලියාගෙන ඒ summary එක class එකේදී අපි හැමෝම කියන්න ඕන Tamanට අදාළ summary එක, right? අපි එහෙම ඒක discussion mode එකේ තමයි ඒක කරන්නේ, ඒ topic එක, right? එතකොට හැමෝම කතා කරන්න ඕනි. මොකද දැන් මේක ඉගෙන ගන්නවා නම් mass communication fundamentals කතා කරන්න මුලින්ම communicate කරන්න දැනගෙන ඉන්න ඕනේ. right? ඒ නිසා මේ basic දේවල් ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඉගෙන ගැනීම අනිවාර්යයි, right? මම ඔයගොල්ලන්ට මේ presentation එකකින් share කරන්නම් PDF එකක් විදියට. ඔයගොල්ලන්ට හම්බුණා නේද ළමයි convergent media PDF එක? ළමයි right. ඒක open කරගන්න. මං කන්වර්ජන් මීඩියා වලට අදාළ ටික මං ඔයගොල්ලොත් එක්ක කතා කරනවා. Right? First, we have to discuss about what are the meaning of convergent media. Right? What is the meaning of convergent media? Convergent media meaning is telling stories and sharing information using different media platform. For example, laptops, iPad, and smartphones. Right? When you are consider your smartphone or iPhone or iPads as a convergent medium, your smartphones you can identify it as a sound medium or that called audio, video, text, it as a convergent media. So media conversion is the blending of multiple media forms, right, into one platform. So that's why I told you smartphone has an multimedia media forms. So it's into a one platform for a purpose of delivering a dynamic experience. And you can view, you can hear, or you can read virtually anything, anywhere, at any time, right? You can combine with the world in a single time, right? You can view, you can hear, or read. So that's why we are calling as a convergent medium, right? Mobile phone is a very classical example, right? We can convergence different types of things, right? So we can call it as convergence of operators or convergence of services, convergence of technology, convergence of markets, convergence of regulations, right? How we can convergence of operators? So there are so many operators in one single devices, right? When consider the mobile phone is a classical example, there is a lot of operators, right? There are the app developers and also services, right? App developers and web developers and also technology developers, something like that. So various differences, different operators and also variant different services and also variant different technology. Some people are used to smartphone display called as a lollipop. Some people called as a jelly bean. As you know, because of that you are a web and multimedia students. හරි ඔයගොල්ලෝ මට වැඩිය එක ගැන ටෙක්නොලොජි එක ගැන අවබෝධයක් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ඇති කියලා මම හිතනවා. So convergence of technology. So we are converging lot of technology into one platform. Convergence of markets, and also we are convergence of market. It is in the, you can buy a mobile phone in the retail marketing, or you can buy it on the wholesale market, or you can buy it on a foreign country, or same mobile phone you can buy on each and every places. It available at the it available as the shopping complex, or it available at the retailer shops, it available at the sometimes it available at your village boutique maybe, right? So there is a convergence of market is convergent. Because of that there is an marketing chain, all are working together. And also convergence of regulation. The basic thing is digital media platform have an one basic regulations. අපි කියනවා මේ convergence media වලට basic regulation එක නැහැ, ලෝකේ හැම රටටම බලපාන, right? හැම රටටම බලපාන එකක් නැහැ. මොකද ඒකට හේතුව communicate, it is a enhancement and dynamic medium. So ඒක වර්ධනය වෙනවා සහ ඒක වෙනස් වෙන medium එකක්. ඒ නිසා there is no one policy and regulation to the digital media, but people world technological people are trying to get an one policy for the digital technology. So we can consider as a communication is an art, right? Convergent media also link with the whole activities of the society, right? People are deal with the lot of things are using the convergent media, right? Convergent media is the one of most verticalized area, and it is available if you want to study it is available all over the world, right? Convergent media is a very popular subject, right? Some train in convergent media can apply in almost some businesses, careers, and it is maybe used for the advertising and public relation, publishing, political, medicine, psychology, everything we can use to the convergent media. Because of that, and also the concepts of digital convergence. Digital convergence is referred to the meaning of previously discrete and separately used technology, as well as almost invisible integrations and use of technologies as a part of our everyday life. And also, what are the examples of media convergence, right? As we discussed, the most relevant examples of media convergence, as we discussed, as a smartphone, that blended together various media, multiple media coming to the one platform, right? So, for example, print media, ebook, news apps, broadcast media, streaming websites, radio, music apps, as well as new media, the internet, into a single devices that performs various functions from calling and texting too, right? So that's type of media we can use as the. What are the best example for technology convergence? The best example is technology convergence is internet, right? Internet is the best examples of technological convergence, because it is being used for online schooling, and the people who have restriction to stay at home, with the help of internet, they can do online working. Now, these are the new concept, right? WFH, work from home, right? That is the new terms in the dictionary, right? Work from home. So that type of concepts are developed with using the convergent technology. So there is no any such kind of convergence technology. We cannot do our lectures like this. We use a Zoom platform. This platform offer to us audio facilities, video facilities, multimedia facilities, and also text facilities, feature facilities. Everything are in the one platform. So these are the technological convergence. So Zoom is the one thing. So internet is done like these things, right? Convergent leaves the media is more interactive and audience participation is encouraged. So audience so used to traditional form of media embrace a new way of receiving information. In addition to that, media companies plus audiences be greater benefit for making it advertising through cross sellings, right? And what is media convergent in education, right? What is the media convergent in education? As a result of media convergence, new pedagogies and theories, right? Pedagogies and theories of education have arisen, opened. So it's called as distance and blended learning. Distance learning and blended learning and online learning on the rise, which are supported by the media tools, media rich environment and technology, as we discussed. This creative practice, where a story is at the center of media, is known as transmitter storytelling. So that type of convergence media we can use to disseminate our idea to the another part of the society, right? So for example, as we already discussed, for like these lectures, we cannot use without any such facilities, right? And also future directions, right? What are the future directions in the news industry, cultural industry, journalism culture, advertising culture, print and radio and TV? These all cultures are drastically changes in front of the media convergence, right? Media convergence are help to reshape or reform their news industry and their cultural dimensions and journalism cultures and the method of advertising and the content of the print, radio and TV. These are the new directions. What are those advantages and disadvantages in front of the media convergence, right? It is basically information overload. Information overload. අපි දැනුත් කියන්නේ තොරතුරු ස්ථූල භාවයක් කියලා අපි දැනුත් කියන්නේ. So information overload is a very basic advantages, right? And also under the information overload, we have to deal with a lot of disinformation, malinformation and the misinformation. So this type of information overload, people cannot find an truth evidence and reliable sources. So this is the second thing, is the truth and validity. What is the meaning of truth and what is the validity? And also there is a lot of gap between the old generation versus new generations. So in front of the media convergence, a lot of old generations are not going to work with the new technology. They don't like to adhere with that type of technology. If there is no any such options in like this situation, like this type of pandemic situation, there is the type of new technology. Otherwise, they are not tendency to work with the new technology. They have no try to get the one step for that, one single step for that. So that is the basic gap between the old generations were new generations in front of the convergent medium. So these are the basic things about the convergence media. I am not go beyond that, because of that it is vast area and we have to discuss a lot of things related to the media convergence. But in this field, fundamentals of mass communication studies and design, you need to get an brief idea about the media convergence. What is the meaning of convergent medium and what is the අපි කියන්නේ අභිසාරිත මාධ්‍ය කියලා කියනවා මේවට convergent media වලට, right? So these are the examples of the convergent media and how it work within the society, right? So based on that, the presentation, if you have any questions related to the media convergence or convergence medium, if there is any questions or clarifications, please ask me now. අපි next week එකේ කතා කරන එක මට මෙතන ඕගොල්ලොත් එක්ක share කරගත්තොත් ලේසි. මම මේ බැලුවේ මම ඕගොල්ලන්ට එවුවා Porter's 2019 reviewing කියලා එකක්. So if you can please open it. ඒක discuss කරන්න නෙමෙයි, ඒක ඕගොල්ලන්ට කියව ගන්න මම එව්වේ. media literacy intervention studies for validity කියලා පෝටර්ගේ සහ ජේම්ස් සහ චෙන් කියන තුන්දෙනා එකතු වෙලා කරපු රිසර්ච් එකක් ඔයාලට දැන් මේක ඒකේ බලන්න ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ඒකේ අඳුන ගන්න පුළුවන් there is a meaning analysis of media literacy, and also they are using different methods to analysis of the media contents. It called as the coding and media literacy definitions, focal definitions element, content validity and face validity. These are the methods that they used to understanding of the media literacy. It is the reviewing media literacy and intervention studies for validity, how media literacy is the validated. There is a 30 pages in this article, 30 pages. So if anyone is interested into that, get the much more knowledge about the media literacy, so you can go with that you can go with that paper. And also I need to discuss the digital context, but it is in the book, so I can now fact fear society. And also I need to discuss with the social perception of the risk, right? Fact fears. I will share in the another article about the journal articles. It is a very reputed articles that fact fears, social societal perception, that societal perceptions is how it works in the based on the facts fears, right? Before coming to the tomorrow next lecture, if you and the societal perceptions of risk, right? It is a very basic paper. There is an 7 pages including with the references. You are not worried about the 7 and 6 pages that in the page number 502, right? Just only read the 5 pages, right? Based on that 5 pages, get an idea about the what are the, so we will discuss in our next lesson what is the meaning of social perception about the risk, right? And also we can discuss about the this type of pandemic situation, right? So ඔය ටික තමයි අපිට අද කතා කරන්න තියෙන්නේ. ඔයගොල්ලන්ට මොන හරි ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා නම් අනිත් අයට මගෙන් අහන්න පුළුවන්. ඔයගොල්ලන්ට fact and fears එක කතා කරන්න කලින් ඔයගොල්ලෝ risk එකක් කියන්නේ මොකක්ද කියලා දැනගන්න එපා නේද? I will share with the perceptions of risk. First you have to read it. Then we can discuss about the other things. Perceptions of risk, yeah, here, right. This is also 7 pages including with the references. So tomorrow, that means next lectures we can discuss about the, firstly we can discuss about the perceptions of risk. Lastly I shared with you the perceptions of risk, right? අපි perceptions of risk කියන එක ගැන කතා කරලා ඊළඟ සතියේ අපිට පුළුවන් එතකොට fact and fears of social perception එක ගැන කතා කරන්න. මුලින්ම අපි risk එකක් කියන්නේ මොකක්ද කියන එක ගැන risk and mass media, right? ගැන අපිට කතා කරන්න පුළුවන් next week එකේදී, right? Right. හරි. ඔයගොල්ලන්ට මොන හරි ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා නම් අහන්න පුළුවන් දැන්. මොන හරි තියෙනවද අහන්න තව? निराकरण කරගන්න තේරුම් ගන්න මොන හරි තියෙනවද? If there is any question, please ask me.
मैडम එතකොට ලබන සතියේ මේ ලෙක්චර් එකට එද්දී අර මැඩම් අවසන්ට උසු මේ නෝට් එක කියවගෙන ඕන කියලාද කිව්වේ?
Oh, risk of perception කියන note එක කියවගෙන one page summary එකක් තමන් හදාගන්න. ඒක හැමෝම present කරන්න, right? ඒක අපි ගන්නවා හැමෝගේම presentation එක continuously assessment එකක් විදියට ගන්න. මොකද your university advised me to get an assessment, two assessment, right? One, you have to done the business canvas model. This is and the continuous assessment, right?
හා මැඩම්.
තේරුණාද?
ඔව් මැඩම්.
ඒ හැමෝටම participate වෙන්න කියන්න සහ ඕක share කරගන්න හැමෝ එක්කම මේ ඕක කියවලා one page summary එකක් හදන්න. හදලා ඒක අපි හැමෝම එක එක්කෙනා ඒක present කරන්න ඕනේ. හරි?
හා මැඩම්.
හරි. එහෙමනම් අපිට අදට නවත්තන්න පුළුවන්. වෙනකේ පුතේ. අදට නවත්තන්න පුළුවන්. අපි next week එකේ හම්බෙමු එහෙනම්. හොඳයි? right. thank you එහෙනම් ජය වේවා.